I got most of the films on my list at the pub.
Can I get a quick mic check from each, James?
Yep. Check that shit, you motherfucker.
Right, Aurora.
Straight
Bow,
up.
chicka, bow, wow, checking that mic.
Tom.
Hi.
Can you say some more things?
Hello, this is a mic check. I'm effectively checking whether this mic is working. I'm quite dry.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say quite drunk.
Just like your mum.
Oh,
gross.
fuck.
It's like an old cheese
That's just also inaccurate as well.
Wow. Hello and welcome to this week's WATCast with Will,
Aurora.
Tom.
And Tom's mum. Dry as a bone. How's it going, everyone?
Pretty
I'm
good,
back.
man, pretty good.
I'm
I will
back.
apologise to my
The Tom
to
show
Fiona.
was supposed to come at the end.
Sorry, Mrs. Bennett.
She's Mrs.
Queen Jew.
Lansdowne, actually.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Now we have started the podcast, James, as you know.
Oh, because you always do. You started about 3 days ago, I'm sure.
Yeah, you weren't here.
No, I
one
wasn't
was.
here.
And this week we are returning to the successful game, sort of critically acclaimed, James's game, Filmagination
Filmagination 2.
2.
Filmaginate harder.
Is that it?
Yeah, well,
You couldn't come up with a better tagline considering it's a film-based quiz.
Okay, Dream Warriors.
I thought he was referring to
happy
Die
now.
Hard, though. So it was...
Yeah, I was originally, but Dream Warriors.
Dream Warriors is fantastic.
Filmagination
For the-
2, Dream Warriors.
Again, I don't know what's
Dream
going on.
Warriors.
D-Ream Warriors.
That's even better.
I'll
Because
put the
things can
colon
only
in.
get better.
That's true.
don't want a colon in the
For the
game.
uninitiated, Filmagination was a game we played in episode 16. And basically the premise is that each of us have brought 5 or so films that we've discovered on IMDb or otherwise. And the other people have to guess what that film is based only on the title and year alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
one
we
of
each
them's
have to
made up,
pitch
right?
Oh, do we really need
what
the year?
that film might be,
Yeah.
And the person who gets closest wins the
or
point.
is most interesting.
Also, one of our films is made up.
And yeah, then the rule is that one
Oh, I
of
forgot
those
the made up
films
one.
is made up.
Okay, well, make
Well, you
one
just
up
have to
quickly.
make up D-Ream Warriors from 1972.
Starring Professor Brian Cox.
It's always about the movie about the band D-Ream.
Yeah.
Things can only get better.
It's hard hitting.
Is this
A lot of
also?
heroin.
I listened back to the previous Filmagination the
Did
other day.
you?
There's a lot of mention of Winton.
Would they all?
Yeah,
The only
forgot
Winton, I
that.
don't know.
Yeah.
There's no other Winton,
there
sorry.
is Tilda's Winton.
Tilda's Winton. Her brother.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to
There's
hear
going to
a
be
bit
more
about-
Winton, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so has everybody got their picks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody got their selections.
Mine's actually
Yeah.
on paper because I'm professional.
You are more of a professional, Tom.
You're old school.
I have to look up on the internet. 'cause
Yeah, I have
only
to
gave
look up
myself
the
links.
synopsis because my memory's terrible.
Who's going to start?
But I have got them. I think you should start.
Okay.
We'll
all
go
right.
around the board, and we'll do the same 3 rounds we did last time.
Yep.
What was the same
Good plan.
3 rounds?
Well, we'll do 3 rounds. I mean, good luck.
Okay. Right, so your first film,
Yeah.
The Duchess and the Dirtwater Fox,
Okay.
1976.
Oh my god.
So, who wants to go first at
Let's
extrapolating?
go around.
Okay, so
No, because
Aurora,
I'm terrible at this game.
which is why you're going first.
Oh, fuck.
Get it over with.
Dirty
All
water.
right, so what, it was
fox.
1975?
The Duchess and the Dirtwater
I
Fox.
don't know any actors from back then. I guess they're all really young, so let's go with Brad Pitt, who's the Duchess.
Oh, it's a metaphor. It's not a
Okay.
literal period drama. Is that what
Bradley
you're saying?
Pitt.
What?
So his name is the Duchess, so he's like a drug dealer or something. Is that...
Well, don't help
It's
her.
my
Actually, no.
idea.
Sorry, please continue. What were you going with?
Brad Pitt is the Duchess, and no, he does
Was
actually...
he even born then?
76, yeah, you're probably
Yeah,
about
10.
10.
About like
yeah,
10.
10.
Okay.
Imagine
5.
Hedge your bets. Go on.
he's actually called the... What was the rest of the title?
The Duchess and the Dirtwater Fox.
So Brad Pitt, they call him the Duchess, but that's only in secret because he actually dresses as a woman. And he always goes by this pond every day to like...
You brought pond into it.
which is called the Dirtwater. And that's where he goes to meet his lover, which is actually just another woman dressed as a man.
Whoa! Who plays that person?
Angelina Jolie. It's kind of a bit weird. It's how they first met.
Is it?
Yeah.
So what, he was 5 and she was 5. So what happens?
What was the rest of the title? Was there a duck involved?
There was a fox.
What else goes with a pond?
The Duchess and the Dirtwater Fox.
So the pond's called the Dirt Water, right? So they go there every day, and then this fox starts turning up, and then they have it as a pet, and then it just ensues into a dark comedy of where they just go on gangster runs with this fox and rob banks.
None of this ties together.
No, none of it ties. You haven't
It
really
should.
thought this
There's
through.
not a
No,
lot
I
to go
haven't.
on.
Of course not.
None of us have.
None of us have.
I mean, I have because I've had a little bit of time.
That's my
but
pitch. That's
Okay.
clearly what
I
happened.
wonder
So
if it's that.
Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie as young 5-year-olds. Brad Pitt is dressed as a woman,
Yeah,
and Angelina Jolie is dressed as a man.
he's
Yeah.
called the Duchess.
He's called Duchess. She's called the Fox.
No,
No.
there is just a fox.
Oh, there's
there.
just a
There is
fox.
just a
For
fox
no
that
reason.
turns up the pond is called the Dirt Water,
Right.
and then they go on hijinks of heists and bank robberies.
It's highly plausible. Who directed it?
Steven Spielberg.
Did he? Okay. The only director you know. I've got a feeling he will have directed all of everyone's films tonight.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Tom,
I've had that whole time while she was talking to come up with something better. And I'm really struggling. There's
Wow.
so little to go. I mean, okay, so
it's not true.
Okay, the Duchess. There's a thing called the Countess, which is where you ever heard of something called the Stranger, which is where you fall asleep on your own hand,
Yeah.
then try and beat off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sometimes otherwise known as the Countess, but in this case, it's called the Duchess.
Right.
So,
Wow.
So you did that
so
was
this,
really
is, this, is
funny.
this is fundamentally about a hand job,
Right.
Right.
whilst wearing a gloved, slightly dead hand. Why
Why is it gloved?
Because that's what
For
makes it a
decency.
countess.
Is that the dirt water?
The dirt water is what comes out after the.
So what's the fox got to do with it?
It
Just
lands on a
watching.
fox.
It lands-
Oh yeah, I forgot about
so-
this about
so it's
you.
a 2-hour hand job
Yeah, it's
that you ejaculate onto a fox.
It's Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman wakes up one morning. His
Gene
hand
Wackman.
is dead. He puts on his missus's doe-skin glove
Of
and
course.
then beats off onto a fox. That's it.
Is the fox
It's a simple plot.
alive? Is part of it that he has to chase after
The
it while
fox,
wanking?
the fox loves it.
All right.
It's a really slutty fox.
They all are.
Gene Hackman, gloved hand, beats off onto a slutty fox's face.
Brilliant.
Leaves his dirt water.
It's a
in
76
a fox's
classic.
eye.
Hackman's pivotal
Yeah.
role.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the best I've got.
Okay.
I have to say, it's better than Aurora's.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
No offence.
Jesus.
I could probably just go. Still be better.
Oh, you guessed it.
Yeah. That's what we had written down.
Yeah.
The Duchess and the Dirtwater Fox is about an actual Duchess,
Okay.
not a hand job,
Right.
and not a man,
Not Brad Pitt.
not Brad Pitt.
Not a 5-year-old Brad Pitt
An
in a
actual
wig.
Duchess who is the world's first furry. She invents dressing up as animals. She goes to a masquerade ball.
Right.
It's played by Dame Helen Mirren. She's quite young.
She's not a dame then. So
What was
it's
it?
just Helen Mirren.
76?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, it's Helen Mirren,
Okay.
young Helen Mirren. She went to a masquerade ball and was dressed as a fox.
Okay. What, full furry suit?
No. Then she just thought, hold on, this is quite good.
I quite like this.
And then she went, oh, I wonder if other people want to do just this instead of all these other masks. and then they just fucked behind the garage.
Who else is in it?
Who fucks? But who?
Who else?
So it's like an Eyes Wide
I'm
Shut,
glad
but with
you asked that.
furries.
Sidney Poitier.
Is he? Winton must make an appearance.
He's not involved. He wasn't born then. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. So it's like a furry Eyes Wide
It's
Shut
like
type
Furry's
thing,
origins,
but behind a garage.
but renamed to what
But
you said.
renamed to whatever that title was.
Right. Okay. So, Will, no one wins any points. Just for accuracy here, just to let you know. Will, you win because I'd like to see two people dressed as foxes fucking behind a garage. But
You go
can
to
do-
any furry convention.
Yeah,
what?
I don't think they call them conventions. I'm just gonna say that.
This is the actual
I don't know.
synopsis. A female hustler is chasing after rich men, but becomes repeatedly mixed up with a suave conman called the Dirtwater Fox and Card Shark through a series of misadventures before falling in love with him.
Who's it starring?
It's starring Goldie Hawn.
That's technically closer to what Aurora said,
Yeah.
but in the fact that they go on gangster rides.
No, it isn't.
It's closest out of anything
I said
we said.
they go
Gus.
off on hijinks.
Okay, all right. Well,
Well,
can,
you did say gangster
you
rides.
said gangster
I said
rides. Then.
hijinks and gangster rides.
Who else has it got in it? It's got Goldie Hawn, George Segal.
Stephen's
that's-
brother.
That's the only people who you would know. Oh, Richard Farnsworth is in it.
Oh, Farners.
Yeah, good
Good
old
to see him again.
Farns.
Right,
Oh, right,
I'm
you're
keeping
writing down.
score.
Right,
That's
I
how
did wonder
roll.
what you were doing.
Who's getting the point, James? It's your game.
Well, you seem to think that Aurora's closer.
I do, otherwise I'll have it.
Well, you... All right, you can have it.
Oh,
Dickhead.
that was easy.
Favouritism
It's not favouritism.
is.
No one's my favourite.
Oh.
See, I saw that. Stop winking
For the
at each
audio
other, it's
listener,
weird.
James just winked at me. Right, Aurora.
I'm really worried that you've probably seen this.
I was really stressed out finding most. All I was just thinking of Tom with the air up there, where you were just like, yeah, it's a basketball film. Guy goes to Africa, trying to find a man. It's easy. I've seen it.
Yeah, I know. I bet you fucking seen this.
Go on, was
but-
it Star Trek Generations?
Jurassic Park. I see what you did.
James Bond.
Origin.
Right, the Englishman who went up the hill but came down with a mountain.
I actually know what that's about.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
starring
I knew
Hugh,
it.
It's starring Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
It's about
All
a
right,
guy who
hang
goes
on.
up a hill.
Huge Grant.
And then
Huge Grant.
he discovers that it's slightly taller than it first
Okay.
originally
Okay, I've got another one.
envisaged.
What an incredible film.
It's super
Sorry.
dull.
I need to find the year. Hang
I get
on
a
for
point
this
for that,
one
right?
because I only. No, you don't get a point.
Yeah, I think he
This
does.
is
He
one
knows
we've
what it
got
is.
5 instead of 3 for each
Yeah,
round.
right.
So ready?
Yeah,
Witching and bitching.
that's good.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Hang
Okay,
on, let me get the year for you.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty pivotal, actually.
then we can know who's in it.
Yep.
You probably
I've already picked
won't.
who's in it. Let's leave it.
Why is
Winton.
this not telling me the year?
How old is Winton?
2013.
Fucking
Wow.
hell. Winton could be in it.
That's true enough. Another
Tom?
vanity project.
Okay,
Witching
so
and bitching.
This is about a coven of witches who, down on their luck, have to turn their hand to prostitution.
Okay.
It's Whoopi Goldberg.
Damn it! I went straight to Goldberg myself.
Yeah, it's Goldberg and Dame Maggie Smith,
Wow.
Wow.
What a team up.
and there's going to be a younger one.
Because obviously
I
there's
need-
3.
Yeah, I need a third one.
And Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah, Alicia Silverstone. This is as good as anything.
She's not
Yeah.
that much younger anymore.
The bottom's dropped out of the witching market. It's fucking credit crunch and all that. It's
Yeah.
difficult to get the Eye of Newton anymore, so they turn to like magical prostitution.
Magical.
Magical
Yeah.
prostitute. What's
They-
magical prostitution?
They just kind of like wave their wand and it makes guys come.
God, there's a lot coming in
they
this
just touch you on the head.
episode.
Well, you know me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We're not in a forest.
Well, ironically, this film is. No, it's no forest.
Witching
It's
and
set in New York. It's a hilarity ensues. That's it. That's all I've got.
Oh, okay.
So they're turning tricks.
They're
with their
turning tricks, actual tricks, and then
Wow.
one of them, I don't know, maybe falls in love. Somebody gets arrested, and it's fine. I don't
Who they fall in love with? Who's the love interest?
Oh, come on.
5-year-old Brad Pitt.
What, in 2013?
Yeah, what? Yeah. Oh, they did the old Benjamin Button on it.
Oh,
Classic.
Yeah, he was in the process of buttoning.
Unbuttoning.
Yeah, they was unbuttoning.
Yeah.
That's just growing at normal speed. Though.
That is, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Witching and bitching, Will.
Wow, witching and bitching. Witching and bitching. Sorry, witching. I assume it's.
No, it is witching and bitching. But
Oh, okay. Let's put someone new
witching
spin on it.
and bitching.
Well, that changes my whole
Witching
answer.
and bitching is about Julia Stiles.
Oh, right, okay.
Julia Stiles is at dance school. She's just completed Save the Last Dance.
This is a different film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the sequel,
Yeah.
Witching and Bitching, not Save the Last Dance 2, because she wasn't in that. Witching and Bitching features her teaching a bunch of witches to upgrade their skills to street dance.
Okay. So like a magical dance-off.
Yeah. So basically those witches are trying to keep their coven, their building, and they can't raise the money with standard witching techniques.
Okay.
So there's a dance competition, and Julia Stiles
This
spots
is
them and
just
tries to
kind
help
of
them
like.
out.
That is just.
This
the
is just
plot.
Sister Act 2 with witches
Yeah.
and Julia
I
Stiles.
mean, some of the critics did compare it to that, yeah. They did, yeah. But Stiles is in it, Streep's obviously there.
Street. She, the matriarch.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, she had to be.
Goldberg's in there, which is weird that she was in 2
A lot
witch
of
films.
crossover.
Yeah.
On exactly the same day.
And Sister Act.
And we need a third witch.
You don't
Dame
need
Judi
a
Dench.
third witch. I never mentioned
It's all
anything.
about.
There's
There's always 3. Come on,
It's
Pete.
not-
Wasn't Judi
I've
Dench
seen
in
Hocus
yours?
Pocus.
No,
Oh, no.
with
Miriam.
Maggie Smith.
No,
he
I
had
had
Miriam.
Miriam.
We've had 3 dames
Getting
already.
confused.
We need to
We
back
had
off
all
the
of the
dames.
classics.
Yeah. I'm running out of classic old women to put in my films.
We'll wait for Quirk.
Yeah, Imelda Staunton
Yeah.
is in mine.
James, what's
Witching and Bitching is a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. I've got nowhere to go with that one. Witching and Bitching is a hard-hitting action film set in Crufts. The
famous dog show.
The famous dog show.
Okay.
The
same.
Yeah, the same. The one and the same. And it's about a group of witches who all their black cats die, so they thought we'll break tradition and we'll raise some dogs, we'll raise some bitches. And so once they've got them up to standard, Paul Hollywood from
Great British
Bake Off
of course.
is passing the window of their witch dojo. And he
Wow.
sees...
So they also do martial arts.
They also do... He sees the dogs like
So
working
far.
out, and he's like, they could enter Crufts, you know, and I'm a judge, so you should put
Is
them
he?
in. Yeah, well, he's Paul Hollywood playing a judge.
Oh,
He's, he's acting. It's his
Right.
first major role. The witches are played
Oscar-winning
by the band Girls Aloud.
Okay.
Cheryl Cole's not involved.
No.
No, she's far too big for that shit now.
Yeah.
It's Oscar winning, so
Well, it's not Oscar winning. That's the thing. It won a Razzie, this film. It's that bad.
wow.
And so they go to Crufts, and it's about their triumphant win. It's basically an underdog story.
Wow.
Yeah.
This also still sounds like a documentary, so you could still play that.
It's a documentary.
It's kind of like Best in Show, a mockumentary.
Yes, but
Put it
with
that way.
witches
With
and
witches
martial arts dogs.
And Paul Hollywood.
Yeah, and Paul Hollywood and Girls Aloud. That's my answer.
How close?
Bank it.
No, none of you are even close. So the summary that I could find, because I couldn't find any more extensive summary than this. A gang of escaping jewellery thieves get trapped by a coven of witches, and apparently it's an action comedy horror.
Who's in it?
No one you'd ever heard of,
Brilliant.
I don't think. Where is the
Paul
people?
Hollywood.
Winton.
Hugo Silva.
No.
Mario Casas.
Oh.
Yeah, if it came out
was
2
nearly
years ago,
Mario
and
Castle,
none of
but
us have ever heard of it. It's probably not a good sign.
No.
All right, Tom.
got
Who wins the
6
points?
Yeah, but who's won the point?
Elge does, because
Yeah.
his was the best.
Of course.
It's the detail. Devil's in the detail.
Yep. Right, Tom, you'll go.
Okay, so my film is 2003's A Bullet in the Arse.
2003!
I know this one.
Have you seen it?
What? For real?
No.
I don't think so.
But it's already playing out in my head.
To be fair, they rated 7.9 on IMDb. I'll give them that.
7.9.
Right,
It's
so
called
we
a
know
bullet
it's
in
not
the
fake.
arse.
Okay, that's a good start.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks
Little
for the
leg
tip.
up.
That's fine.
It's called a bullet in the arse.
Yeah.
Is it
Sure it's
a
not-
porn film?
Nope.
All right.
You could, I turned that into
You're
a porn
welcome to
film.
make it into a porn
Yeah.
film. I plan on doing that with most of the things tonight.
Right, Will. Bullet in the arse.
A Bullet in the Arse is about a gynecologist
Okay. Played by.
played by Jerry Seinfeld.
Of course.
I
I would not trust him
and
as a gynecologist.
it's all about his name is Dr. Bullet, by the way. That's the
Oh.
It's not what you think it is.
Okay.
Okay.
So
You
Dr.
know,
Bullet.
gynecology is not about
Yeah,
the
I realised that as
anus.
soon as I'd said it.
You mean proctologist?
Thank you.
So he's
Are
a
you going to change that, or are
proctologist.
you just going to
Yeah.
keep it?
Yeah, I was thinking of what I'd seen in the film, not the right word. It's
Yeah.
fine. The proctologist, Dr. Bullet, who's just out to rid the world of prostate cancer.
Right.
That's it.
That's
Oh,
it.
okay. So it's like
It's
Patch
just about his
Adams.
struggle. No, it's more of a serious vibe than that.
It's a drama.
So what happens in it?
We just, you know.
So it's just
It's just a film, like a 2-hour film of him just sticking his fingers up people's butts.
No. The tagline is saving the world one thumb at a time.
one thumb at a time. That's good. Bullet in the arse.
Yep.
Dr. Bullet.
Exactly.
And John Words.
James.
Bullet in the Arse is the sequel to the Stallone film Bullet in the Head.
Right.
But this time...
Which ironically came way after it in 2013.
Yes.
Approximately 10 years
It's
later.
a prequel.
that they didn't know he was going to make.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Well, this was... Bullet in the Head is the sequel, actually, to Bullet in the Arse. Now
That's
you've just
being a
pointed out that
prequel.
chronological
You've
fuck-up I
taken
just
my
made.
angle
That's
there.
fine.
So Stallone is now in a wheelchair.
Do you mean now? Do you mean previously was?
Previously was in a wheelchair.
And he got better.
And he got better because of what happened.
Okay, well, tell me what happened.
He was in a devastating gang fight on the
I didn't
roof.
think that's how that sentence was going to end.
Devastating gang fight on the roof of a Morrison's. And
Is this up north?
this is Stallone, and his carer at the time was who played his carer? I think it was David
Walliams?
Walliams. That's it. I couldn't think of his name. David Walliams was his carer. And he was pushing him around, and they went, oh, he said in Morrison's, he was like, Stallone was like, I'm getting a bit hot in here. That's my impression of Stallone.
That's right.
I know,
That's
I can't do any more. So Williams was like, okay, well, we can go upstairs to the roof. There's air out there. Terrible dialogue in this film.
Yeah,
and
why
so
not go
he took him up,
outside?
and there was two gangs warring
On the top of a Morrison's.
on top of a Morrison's.
Yeah.
It's organised like football
Oh,
hooliganism.
was it like a home match, like the Morrison staff versus a bunch of Asda lads?
Safeway.
They're having a rut. Oh, Safeway.
It was 2003, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Safeway. Scummerfield. Anyway, and they were up there, and he got shot in the spine, and it aligned his spine again.
Oh,
And he
just
could-
glanced off.
It hit his coccyx bone.
Is it what six?
His coccyx bone.
What six?
His whatsits. It hit his whatsits. It went through his whatsits in his pocket and hit his coccyx bone and realigned his spine. And he suddenly got up.
I can't believe I can walk.
And the gangs were like, oh my God, he's like a god. And they started worshipping him, and he became the
like
head.
Return of the Jedi.
Like Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
He became head of these gangs. Williams didn't like this at all.
Right.
He went off, got jealous, started another gang.
So are you using Williams there because of the Little Britain sketch where he's pushing the guy around in the wheelchair?
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that, yeah. Okay. Yes, I am, yes.
Okay.
Oh, can I change it to David Jason?
Oh, okay.
It was David Jason.
Okay. And this is set in England, unlike Bullet in the Head.
Yes, but what happened after that was the two gangs warring, the Jason gang and the Stallone gang, they warred so
I thought
much.
it was Morrison's and
Safeway
Safeway.
stuff.
Well, no, because they all
This
followed
is
Stallone.
disjointed as the one that I said earlier.
They all followed Stallone.
Okay.
But Williams got jealous that he had so many
Oh,
new
right,
followers and that he
right.
could now walk and didn't need him. He went off and set his own gang up.
Right.
Not Williams, Jason, sorry.
Wow.
He had Lyndhurst involved. It was quite a coup at the time to get them two back together after,
After that Christmas special.
yeah,
shit.
after the Christmas special.
Yeah.
And so he had to move to America, and that's the sequel is then Bullet in the Head. So that's my answer.
Fucking hell.
Jesus
I
Christ.
feel like I've been here for days.
So was that too long?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'll make him
You
shorter.
may
Bullet
have,
in the arse,
you may have
2003.
talked your way out of a point there.
Yeah, considerably. 2003's Bullet in the Arse.
2003's Bullet in the Arse is heavily inspired and or an offshoot of when Forrest Gump got shot in the arse. And it is the story of the bullet personified and his adventures through the arse of Forrest Gump.
So it's like Inner Space,
But with a bullet.
but with a bullet.
And an arse.
Have you seen Inner Space? No. Okay. You looked at me like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I did talk about it last Filmagination as well.
Did you?
Oh, did you?
Of
Yeah, it
course.
was one of my
It's a classic.
comparatives.
Ah.
For remember when you had vagina?
And it wasn't anything about what anyone thought.
I can't even remember what it was. It was like some
Well, you'll have to listen
stupid
to
film.
episode 16 of WATCast.
I'm not going
Now
to do that. Why would
Watcast.net.
anybody do that?
Oh.
So
Why
to
would I-
sum up, your film, Will.
I can't even remember because of all the shit you
I'm
said.
so
Yeah.
sorry. I'm so
Does
sorry.
anyone remember
Yours
that
was
one?
a proctologist played
Oh
by
yeah,
Jerry
Dr. Bullet.
Dr. Bullet.
One time at a
by,
time.
by
saving the world.
Seinfeld.
Played by Seinfeld. We don't need to go over my.
Yeah, Elge's one was long-winded, and yours was the personal journey of the bullet that went into Tom
Forrest
Hanks's butt.
Yeah, the bullet is played by Tom Jones.
It's probably not going to be a shock, but none of you were particularly close.
When you say particularly,
At all close.
Oh, okay.
So the
talking about
synopsis is.
accidentally clinched it.
Bear in mind this is the plot summary's been put up on IMDb by somebody called Muff Viewer.
Brilliant.
Are you sure this isn't a porn film?
I don't think so.
So why didn't you know it if you wrote the IMDb?
It says after a
View them,
robbery gone
mate.
wrong, three criminals turn against each other and embark on a blood-soaked, bullet-riddled, blah 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 blah. It's a crime film.
Who's in it?
Some Australian cunts.
So Hugh Jackman then.
God,
That could be anyone.
that's
Hugh
endearing
Jackman
to
and Mel
them.
Gibson.
Yeah.
Less well-known Australian cunts.
Well, you got
The
point,
cast
Tom.
of Home and the Way.
Point. I think I'm going to give this to Aurora for the path of the bullets.
I went into so much detail.
That was the
That's
problem.
exactly the problem.
Yeah, that's one of the problems.
That's where you fell down.
Succinct.
Do you want me to keep them more?
We need
keep them
plot
shorter?
summaries.
Could you just talk less in general?
Okay, done.
Not just on the podcast though.
I know what he was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Willem.
This one I'm going to go for, just in case Tom knows that one, 1989's Nightbreaker.
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 Okay.
Okay.
James, what is 1989's Nightbreaker?
It is a story about a cat burglar who steals cats, like literal cat burglar, played by what year was it? Sorry.
89.
Oh, Estevez. Emilio Estevez.
Continue.
His brother, Charlie Estevez.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
What's his actual name?
Charlie Sheen.
No, but he's anyway.
Oh, he's got a
Yeah.
actual name.
Carlos
Something
Estevez.
something
Juan.
Estevez.
It's just Carlos.
The Estevez brothers,
Okay.
Sheen and Estevez, they steal cats for a living
Okay.
and they sell them on the meat market. But they come up against a brutal cop with no arms.
Oh my God.
And
Okay.
it's called Nightbreaker because they break the windows using dead cats.
Right.
That's the end of my answer. I'm trying to keep it succinct.
You're really trying to cut it down.
I'm really trying to cut it down.
all of your ideas.
Yeah, I've removed all of my ideas.
Left
just
with
just giving you the plot points. Yeah.
Plot
Right.
points, dead cats. What? How did that happen? I thought they were stealing them.
Probably
Okay.
quite close.
Wow.
Aurora, Nightbreaker.
Nightbreaker is a Japanese anime film
Okay.
directed by Steven Spielberg,
He does a lot.
He gets around.
who does get around.
Done a few films.
And it's kind of one of those like ridiculous anime films where there's people that are kind of like all spiritual and stuff, but they literally break the night. So they just have to hack it all night so the daylight can come. That's actually quite a nice concept.
Yeah, well, why don't you get that made by Spielberg? Tom, what's
Nightbreaker's it's a hilarious Pixar-like animated film about talking alarm clocks.
And what
It's
happens?
voiced by
Who's in it?
David Spade plays the alarm clock. It's budget. It's like DreamWorks
Oh, okay.
animation studios before they got good.
Right.
And it's like a bunch of alarm clocks palling around in the house and like agonising about, we've got to end the night by waking people up. We've got to break the night.
Right.
That's what they've got to
Wow.
do, being as
Okay.
they are night breakers.
We just got
Okay.
boring.
Well, I am disappointed that no one went with actual knights. It's not.
Oh,
it's
it's
not
okay
got okay. No,
night.
it's not got
Oh,
okay,
right.
but that's what I would have gone with.
Yeah.
I
but-
didn't have time to think.
Now, I liked your two the most, but James got 1/2 of the actors right. It stars Estevez
Yes!
and Martin Sheen.
No
Fucking hell.
way!
Yeah. What are the fucking chances? Well, 80s, it's not hard.
So that
really.
means I get a point. I get 2 points,
I kind
surely.
of have to give you that point, yeah.
So what's it about?
So Dr. Alexander Brown, Martin Sheen, arrives in Las Vegas, awarded for his recent medical invention. An ex-GI tells Brown he was a test subject during the 50s, exposed to atomic bomb radiation in the Nevada desert. Will Brown help the man uncover the truth? In the 1950s, Nevada, Brown, played by Estevez this time around, is a young psychiatrist and guest of the US Army where soldiers are routinely exposed to excessive radiation. And there's more, which I won't be bothered to explain.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
There you
Can't
go.
argue. Can't argue
Point
with
for Elge
actually
for
getting
Yes.
the
answers.
Estevez Sheen family.
Jesus
Right.
Christ.
I've got one that I saw quite recently, and this isn't part of my go. I just want to see if any of you can guess. You probably heard of it, and you probably even some of you have seen it. But the plot is so ridiculous. I want to see if anyone can get it.
Okay.
Or can we do that at the end?
Is it a Dark Knight?
No.
Start Night Rises.
Ooh.
Yes, brother.
I need to get my list up. Right. Okay. So we're gonna go with.
Are we going to go with the real one or the one that you just...
Oh, we'll do that one at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
Just remind me.
Okay. Do the mental one at the end.
Okay. So this is.
This is round 2, by the way,
round 2.
of Filmagination.
Ding, where's that?
Filmagination 2.
Ow.
The Dream Warriors.
Yeah,
it's down
where's
here, it's
your
down here.
magic stick gone?
Round 2.
Two.
Okay.
Pop it back in the holster.
Bigfoot does the stock market. 1987. Go.
There's so little room to manoeuvre there.
It's quite literal.
It's very
this is the
literal.
It's very
problem.
literal.
It does just
Sorry.
It's like the Ernest films where you've just subbed in Bigfoot.
And go. Shall I do a different one?
It's
No.
so fucking ridiculous.
What are you talking about? He's just got a tie. It's just one of those collars with a tie off it. There's no shirt. It's just,
He's got
Oh my
cuffs as
God.
well.
What year was it? 1989?
1987.
1987.
it's not real, surely.
No, it's not real.
Is it not real?
I made it up.
Of course it's not real.
That could totally exist. I've been looking for shit films all day, and that is no more ridiculous than some of the other stuff.
Shall I do another one then?
Yeah. I don't
Mine
get
are
it.
also like Quasimodo last time. Like everyone just got it straight away.
No, Quasimodo was one that you said, I've made some other one up, and then reeled off a load of titles.
What was the other one that I used? I've got the list
I
somewhere on
just
here.
like smudged my face.
But I
now.
think Bigfoot does the stock market is actually
I would
what.
be 100% up for that.
It's the fact
Yeah.
that you called it does the stock
Does.
market that gave it away.
Clara was already off.
Not goes to, not like...
It was originally goes to, but I thought that doesn't sound right.
And does the stock market.
you
what sounds-
un-Englished it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Here we go.
Right.
Nasty Habits, 1977.
Okay.
Here we go. I need to look it up to get the synopsis.
Oh man, nasty habits. That could be anything though. 1977. I don't know people that were alive in 1977.
Yeah, you do.
Your
Well, you
parents-
didn't know people that were before, and you just said Brad Pitt and Angelina
And
Jolie. It
Steven
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Spielberg. It's apparently lived
Oh,
for
yeah.
80 years.
Okay, Harrison Ford stars in. He was around then, wasn't he?
Sure.
Sure. Why not?
Why not?
He was.
Go on.
What
What's it
happened?
called again?
Nasty Habits.
I still got that fucking Bigfoot in my head.
Bigfoot does the stock market.
What was it? Bad habits.
Oh my
Nasty habits.
God.
Nasty habits. So,
Nasty Habits.
God, that's so boring. Nasty habits.
It gives us a lot of scope, though. It
It
gives.
does.
It's fantastic. I've got a great one lined up.
Yeah,
so
Yeah,
don't
I've
worry
got
about
something
it.
good.
Oh
Okay.
man, I don't.
Well, I've got something.
Do you want to pass?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not
Yeah, I'll
promising too
pass.
much.
You're passing.
I'm passing.
Okay. Well, we can come back
Out
to
of
you
the
if you
round.
give time to think about it.
Maybe. Yeah.
You don't like this game, do you?
No, I hate this game.
I love it.
Judging by my Steven Spielberg and
Yeah.
Harrison Ford, Brad Pitt, and Angelina Jolie.
Go on then, Tom.
Okay, so as we know, a habit is another name for the cloak worn by monks.
Ooh.
So this is a kind
So
of
it's like back in the habit.
It's a bad taste comedy about two monks played by Carl Malden and Ed Begley,
Who no one have heard of.
No.
they're both films that were working in the actors were working in the 70s.
Okay,
Don't know what
well,
else
that
to tell you.
works.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it.
They're quite good.
I'm sure they were. What's the plot?
They're like it's like Bad Santa, but with like bad monks. They're like just really badly behaved monks.
Oh, okay.
They're nasty habits.
That's good.
Yeah.
I
Do
like
they,
it.
do they get struck off of the monk register?
Yeah, they basically they get fired because they're just like really mean.
They don't get
they're not
paid,
they're
it's
not
not
like
a job.
rapey monks. They're just kind of douchey.
Did you say rapey monks?
Yeah, I didn't
Oh
want
my
because
God.
So they're not
they're not
that.
rapey
Okay, they're
monks.
not
They're just
rapey
like
monks.
really douchey, mean-spirited monks.
Right, okay.
And they get fired from their abbey. And
Yep. Why not?
these are the things I know about
From their
Christianity.
Who plays their boss?
God. As himself.
Featuring God as himself.
Yeah.
And they have to redeem themselves by doing good works.
Okay.
Cool.
That's
Tom?
it.
You're not Tom. You're
No,
one.
I'm the other Jew.
You know, I was just thinking Bigfoot does the stock market.
Yeah. I was actually going with habits as well because you mentioned Sister Act earlier, so I was thinking habits. But
Oh.
you've done that now, so
Yeah.
we'll leave that. My
Well, you can still go down that route.
My
You just-
second option
Yeah.
was a vanity project from R&B artist Nas.
Okay, in
which-
1977?
Who?
Yeah, he was very young at the time.
Was he? Was he born?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least Brad Pitt was
Gonna
kind of
check
born.
Oh, don't check it.
He might have just been alive.
And it's actually
have just been.
it's like spelled a
He
bit
was
funny.
an
This
embryo.
is Nas's tea habits. So basically, it's him having
Nas.
afternoon tea with
That's
a number
brilliant.
of ladies.
He was born in 1973.
Yeah,
He was 4-year-old
Yeah.
Naz.
Nas's tea habits.
That's brilliant.
It's him and his mother,
Who's played by...
who is played by Richard Pryor in drag.
You couldn't think of a black woman for that.
No, I just would already used Goldberg. Anyway,
And Sidney Poitier.
let's try to get the period down, at least. I got the timing right.
Right, do you want to go?
No,
Are you done?
I'm done.
Oh,
I can't think of it.
Okay. Right, well, I'd love to give the points to you, but Tom's pretty much exactly right.
Are you serious?
But here we go. In a Philadelphia convent, two nuns battle it out to be elected to the position of head of the abbey, and neither is about to let anything stand in the way of getting what she wants. So
Oh my
Tom's
God.
pretty much nailed it.
Well, they
Well,
weren't
kind of.
nasty in any way, but
Yeah, no,
otherwise
they
fine.
are. That's what the whole point is, that
Oh.
they try and fuck each other over.
Cool.
Wow.
He's got the point.
You got the point.
I
Nasty
finally got something
habits.
on the board.
And that's the,
Wow.
there we go, see?
That's good.
Let's just show the camera. Nasty habits.
yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
Right. Are you playing anymore?
Yeah.
Or do you just want to
Go
go
on.
for a shit or something while we do the rest of this?
Wow.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Round 3.
No.
No, this is still round 2.
Oh yeah, round 2. Still. I'll edit that out. And we're back. What?
Right. I'm really worried. Like Tom has seen this. So this is 1954,
Oh, he's definitely seen it.
and the title
It's from
is
Japan.
Johnny Guitar.
Johnny Guitar.
Oh, that rings
I
a
know
bell.
the name, but I haven't seen it. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what is it, Tom?
Yeah, what is it, Tom? Is it featuring John Words?
It's not featuring John Words.
He wasn't born then.
It's
Sort of
kind of a
90s
schlocky horror film about a guitar that gets hit by lightning and becomes sentient.
Brilliant.
So it's kind of horror, but it's also like a little bit of a short circuit vibe where he's kind of
Okay.
like joking around, but then he also kills people by garroting them.
Whoa! With his strings.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Oh yeah, because it's a horror.
Yeah. Right. But he's like cheerful and pleasant, but then sometimes just flips out when he's had a few too many.
When the strap just starts tightening, like, oh, what do you want me to play? Slap bass, Johnny? Oh!
But as he gets more angry, the sound gets more like distorted.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Eventually, that gone
Wow.
from jazz to
So it's a
metal.
metaphor for
It's
music
not
itself.
actually a horror, by the way. It's just that's what he mentioned. You look confused.
No, I'm fine.
Will?
Johnny Guitar is a film about this is difficult
It is difficult.
because I have to not make it about a guitar now.
No, you can make it about a guitar,
You
just
do
not,
it. It's in
it's
the
about-
not a
title.
possessed guitar.
It is about a sex ed teacher.
Okay, I see where you're going
That's
with
where
this
the
one.
Johnny came in.
I see where you're going with this one. You've just stolen my idea.
Who teaches the kids how to play guitar
Right.
and teaches sexual education with a number of different songs,
So it's like Dangerous Minds.
but with Johnny's and music. It's a musical,
Nice.
and it's starring. Hang on, what year was it?
1954.
Holy shit! Okay, it's starring. Someone who's in the Carry On films.
See, James.
This
St.
person
James.
is like the person starring in it. Have actually heard of, which is quite surprising.
Michael Caine.
Nice.
It's starring
Steven
Michael
Spielberg?
Caine, Steven Spielberg, and
He's
Sid
starring, not
James.
directing.
And stars a young Robin Williams as the child.
Very young Robin Williams. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, Johnny Guitar. Johnny Guitar is about a man, played by John Wayne, who is sitting on his porch one day, and he's playing his guitar, and his guitar starts to speak to him, voiced by the woman who played Nora Batty from Last of the Summer Wine.
Yeah.
Don't know her name.
You're just looking for old people now, aren't
Yep.
you?
She went straight to Last of the Summer Wine.
To wine.
And he ends up falling in love with his guitar. John Wayne, Nora Batty, and he takes it into town. And it's all about they all dislike him at first. They think he's weird, he's fucking the guitar. Everyone's just a bit like, well, that's a bit odd, isn't it? Really. But they come around eventually, and they end up saving the town from a burst dam.
Okay.
Johnny and his
It
guitar.
already burst.
No. As it was bursting, he played such a sweet tune that the water changed its mind. And the other townsfolk include Buscemi, he's in it,
In 54.
54, yeah, and Winton's great-grandfather, John Winton. That's my answer.
Who's right?
Johnny Guitar.
No one is even remotely close.
Ah, what a
Bullshit.
shame.
Who'd have thought it?
Yeah.
Changing water's mind with a love song.
So, a strong-willed female saloon owner is wrongly
Hold
suspected of
on,
murder.
John Wayne, that's close. Keep talking.
Suspected, yeah, but you said it was starring a woman. No, oh no, it was a dude, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
John Wayne.
You just said it was starring a woman.
Sorry, yeah, it is starring a woman. His saloon owner is wrongly suspected of murder and a bank robbery by a lynch mob when she helps a wounded gang member,
And who's in it?
Joan Crawford.
Well, we were never going to get that. That's no fun.
It's Joni Guitar.
Yeah. See what you did there. Who gets the point?
Who gets the point?
I think Will.
I don't even remember what mine was.
Your sex ed.
Sex education.
I would say that's James, but I'll take it. We're now level pegging. Unlucky.
Lose that.
Don't know.
How could I lose that?
Changed its
He
mind.
changed its mind. Doesn't even have a mind.
Brilliant.
He gave it a mind and changed it.
Yeah.
Will, Tom.
What the fuck is
I don't
going
know
on
what's
with
wrong
that?
with me.
Hello.
I keep thinking of Bigfoot does the stock market. And it's really throwing me off.
Yeah. Tom, what
Okay,
film you got
so
for us?
1990s, I will marry a prostitute to save money.
1990.
Can't decide if real.
Yeah, I think it's.
I'm going to go fake.
Yeah, I'm going to go fake. That is
Not fake.
what?
That's what I get.
Does that
for
mean
not
I'm out?
saying
We
anything.
still get to guess though.
Yeah, of course you do.
I might retract this. It's the Chinese name of Pretty Woman.
Oh,
Come
cute,
on.
Right, I'll
But
give you another
genius.
one.
Oh, you should have left that. That would have
Yeah.
been brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, how
You should have
great.
just said no, it's not fake and got on with it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I thought it'd be
nice.
somewhat cheating.
All right.
Got it.
All right.
That should be the next one, though. The next time we do this should be we find foreign names of films and we have to guess what they are.
That's pretty good. What do you call that?
I don't know.
Film translation.
Filmagination.
Filmagination.
Anyway, go on. Can we pause briefly? Someone's mic's going. Bzzz. Nah, it's fine. Okay, go on.
1941's How Green Was My Valley?
Well, I mean, we know where that's going, don't we? Okay, so how
None of
green...
you have heard of this then.
No,
This
obviously
won
not.
Best Picture, you fucking Philistines. Anyway, carry on.
So it's real.
Not my version.
Definitely not my version
Best
either.
porn picture. Maybe.
Okay, so How Green Is My Valley is about the world's... Hang on, which year is it?
41.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
Jesus,
definitely
I'm
right then.
never gonna know.
It's the
anyone.
world's first feminist eco-warrior who dyes her pubes green
Yep.
Oh,
to
God.
make a stand and goes on. She gets on the cover of Time magazine.
Oh, it's so close.
Got Meryl Streep in it.
Goldberg.
Yeah, Goldberg voices the vagina.
Wow. It's got his own
He
voice.
talks, yeah.
Holy shit.
But if only just to sort of suggest things. It's like a monologue. You don't see it go.
Like the vagina monologues.
No, not really. That's it. How
Okay.
Green Is My Valley, James.
This is the prequel to Johnny Guitar.
Okay.
This is
What,
them,
the real Johnny Guitar or my idea or your idea?
my idea of Johnny Guitar. The fictional Johnny Guitar that I made up. This is the prequel to that. So this is about the valley where Johnny Guitar is set, and they're building the dam to hold back the water. And it's about
There's not even a river.
there is a river,
There's not anything because you made it up.
but well there is because I'm making it up, so I can be whatever I want.
Got it.
And it stars a young John Wayne as himself in the prequel.
Okay.
But it's actually the film before, so it is a real prequel, not the prequel that they make afterwards.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. A precursor to
a precursor.
that film. Let's say.
the first film.
Yes.
Yes, it's
What
part of a
happens
trilogy.
in this fucking film?
I feel like you're
James?
treading water.
Yeah, I am a little.
How Green Is My Valley is a film about what?
It's about young John Wayne petitioning to save his Green Valley from the evil corporation who's headed by Winston Churchill at that time.
He took,
Is he
took
played
time
by
off
himself?
of the war to act in a film.
Oh, you got to
Yeah.
do something for
Yeah.
leisure, haven't you?
Fair enough. Get some money in.
He plays an evil fat cat sits there with his
Not
cigar.
an
He
actual cat.
throws money at peasants in his office out the
Bastard.
window.
That's not that evil.
Yeah,
And-
that's
No,
pretty
it's
charitable,
chocolate
actually.
money.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Oh,
that's
It's not real. They get all excited and they're like, "Fuck, it's
Oh, it's
melted."
melted.
still chocolate though.
Yeah, it's still chocolate.
But his
They didn't have a
plan,
lot of food back then.
is to destroy the dam and use the water reservoir that would happen to
The water reservoir.
send water to the moon.
If the competition was
Just bail out.
I'm bailing out.
Bail out any time.
if this was a competition for longest answer, you would be far off in the lead.
Damn it!
Jesus Christ, what's happened? You were bang on your game last time.
This is pretty. I think I'm bang on my game. I,
mean,
should have won the last round.
The last round, yeah, I would have given it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has gone way off the boil. Go on.
All right. How green
How
was
Green
my
is
valley?
My Valley is set in Wales.
Oh, I see.
And yeah,
Stars
it's
Tom
wartime.
Jones.
Can you do the whole thing with a Welsh accent?
Yeah, Wales is having their own war.
No, then.
But will you?
No. Yeah, they're having their own war. So while that regular war is happening, they're just like, no. They're basically, there's an
Who are
orange...
they fighting?
Huh?
Who are they
The other
fighting?
Welsh, there's two valleys, right? And they're shaped like boobs.
Wow. That's not how valleys work, but okay.
It's blown my mind.
You mean the inverse boobs?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sunken boobs.
yeah. And there's like a little lake in the middle of each of them with geese. They're like the nipples of the inverse boobs.
You don't have to be that literal. Continue.
So, and they're fighting to see which one's greener because they're Welsh, right? So that's all they got to fight for.
Wow.
Whoa.
What about toasties? They got loads going on.
Are they Welsh?
Ham and
Yeah.
cheese.
I'm a toasty. I'm playing footsie with you, James. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so they're basically just having a war with like spears and stuff just to prove whose valley is the greenest.
Yep.
And then,
So why have the Welsh also devolved to only have spears as weapons?
I don't know, they don't have much.
Wow.
They're very like,
A gripping picture of wartime Wales there.
wartime Wales and like all their
The
cardigans
Welsh
are making...
and the other Welsh
Yeah, the
with
Welsh
their
and the other-
spears
This is
fighting
like-
over
You couldn't have
inverse
said
boobs.
it was a civil war. No, the other Welsh.
The other Welsh.
Yeah.
fighting over how green is their valley. And that's why it's like, how green is my
Holy
valley?
shit. Tom, who's right?
Aurora actually gets the point in that it's all about Wales, actually.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yes.
That's
I
ridiculous.
knew it was going to be about the
Yeah,
Welsh.
it's set at the turn of the
guess.
century. It's about
Stars Tom
a
Jones.
family in a mining town in Wales,
Bastards.
starring Walter Pigeon.
That's not a person, that's a pigeon.
It's a person. Honestly, it won Best Picture. It's been kind of forgotten.
Yeah, but what was there really to contend at that point?
You know, it's
I
been.
think Mrs. Miniver might be the same year. Maybe.
Don't ask him questions that he knows the answers to.
Yeah.
Makes us all look stupid.
Okay, next. This film is from 2012.
Ooh.
Is it 2012?
No, that didn't come out in 2012. What did it?
Yeah, of course
Yeah,
it did.
Did it?
Yes. Look it up, Tom, while we're
Yeah, I
discussing.
don't know. The film is Lucy in the Sky with Diamond.
That sounds too real to be fake.
2012. Lucy in the Sky with Diamond.
Okay.
Just one diamond.
2012
Is
came
that the
out.
title?
2012 came out in 2009.
Thank you.
Which is kind of, which is kind of fucked.
Well, yeah, they wouldn't release it on the same year where we've all gone, well, nothing happened.
Well, you could release it earlier in the year. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
What was the name of the film?
Lucy in the Sky with Diamond.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't sound too excited, Tom.
So this is a film starring Neil Diamond
Okay.
in his later years. He's still alive, isn't he? Neil
Why not?
Diamond? Yeah, Neil Diamond. And he is flying in a commercial airplane.
Okay.
He's taken a flight to Bermuda. And he gets he has the eyes with an elderly air hostess who's coming. It's her last flight, and she's called Lucy, and she's played by Deborah Meaden. And
What, of Dragon's Den fame?
Dragon's Den, the Garden of Meaden. And it's about, they fly into the Bermuda Triangle and loads of fucked up shit happens, but it's a love story based around these two getting together and overcoming the odds. It's her last flight just before retirement. He's going to Bermuda to visit his dying child. And it's...
Dying
my God.
child.
Yeah,
Poor Diamond.
I know. What
Wow.
can you do? And Meaden. So that's my answer.
Okay, thanks, James.
And Winton plays the captain.
No, he doesn't. All right.
This is the spiritual precursor to that really shit film called Lucy, or whatever it was. With
Right.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. And Morgan Freeman's.
Morgan Freeman's. He's not in it yet because he doesn't get into it. I didn't actually watch the film, but never mind.
It is terrible. Go on.
But it's best.
So, Diamond is actually a code name for a new type of crystal meth.
Oh.
And this
Okay.
is...
Not a very good one.
It's only a singular
obvious,
diamond
actually, if you
because
think
you
about
can
it.
only have one of it and then it kills you.
I see.
So it's a poison.
Wow. Depends if you're hard enough.
That's true.
Yeah.
Go on.
So everyone's
Good
trying
joke.
to take this. So then Lucy she's an agent trying to stop Diamond, and there's nothing to do with the sky. It's just like the director wanted a fancy title.
Okay.
Okay. And who was the director?
Yeah. Who was that?
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. Wow, she threw a curveball.
I knew who you were expecting, but
Yeah.
I don't know Jurassic Park.
Wow. Tom.
This is a small film, small British film, and it's set up in Scotland in the Isle of Skye.
Okay.
This is good.
So we go
And
with
the character's called Diane Mond.
Wow.
And she has a small business manufacturing loo seats.
Loo seats on Skye
Loo seats
with
on the Isle
Diane
of Skye
Mond.
with Diamond. And it's Helen Mirren making like a fourth appearance this
Mirren.
week. It's just about her trying to get by, running a small business, making loo seats
Wow.
in Skye.
I've got to give it.
I can't take that away from you. I can't take that away from
I've
him.
got to give it to Tom.
That was pretty
That was spectacular.
Damn it.
What's a Lucy?
A loo seat, a seat for a loot, or for a loo.
Oh, Lucy.
Yeah, making loo seats.
Loo seats on Skye with Diane Mond.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's like a do.
It's good.
The thing is, the actual truth isn't that far off. In how stupid it is.
It's a Beatles
not in
song,
the
isn't
detail.
it?
It's star of stage and screen Lou Diamond Phillips showcases versatile acting chops in the highly anticipated comedy short film Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Sounds fucking AIDS.
Phillips plays a hyperbolized version of himself known as the elusive and mysterious LDP. A renegade spirit guide.
Oh my God.
Life coach character who attempts to help John, presumably words, get over a particularly disconcerting ex-girlfriend. And presumably that's just a vanity project from him.
That sounds terrible.
Because the tagline is a guy, a girl, a diamond.
It's got a great
Wow.
poster about it, it's got to be said.
Okay.
That's good.
Little poster there. Cool. Okay, that's the end of round 2. Level pegging, 2 apiece.
Ready?
Across the
hell.
board. Round
Round
3.
3.
Right. So
James,
here we go.
talk to us.
I've used my fake one up. I've got a choice of 2 here. They're both equally as good as each other, so I'm going to go with the 2008 hit, Beer for My Horses.
Okay.
Yep. And go.
So it's set in the stables, right? And there's a stable boy and this girl. And this girl, she's only just started riding, and like the stable boy's looking after the horses and stuff. And the girl's kind of a bit of a drunkard, so she's always like drunk riding horses, and he gets really pissed off and tries to get her thrown out. But then kind of was thinking maybe that's a really good idea. Maybe we should feed the horses some beer and might teach her a lesson on how to ride properly, because the horses would be drunk and so would she, and she might fall off and hurt herself. It's quite
So
cruel.
normally she's fine
No.
riding drunk,
No.
but she's making the car/horse drunk to create an accident.
Yeah.
Right. Who's in it?
Jason Statham is
What was the
stable
year?
boy.
2008.
Statham, hot off the heels of Crank 2.
Yeah.
Crank 2, High Voltage.
And the woman is played by Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Wow.
And who's the horse? Celine Dion.
Voiced by Celine Dion. Wow, that's
No,
incredible.
it's
What is the
obviously-
name of the film? I can't remember. A Beer for My Horses.
Beer for My Horses.
Okay.
No, the horse is Bill Nye.
Oh,
Okay. Bill Nighy.
Yeah, exactly.
Incredible. Go on.
Oh God. Okay, I'm having a think.
Do you want to go, Will? Have
Ideally,
you
you would
got
have done
one?
that before.
I was doing it the whole time.
Have you got one, Will?
I've got the start of one.
Okay, well, you start.
I've got something.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, that was quick.
Okay,
gives me
Elja's
time.
been mispronouncing it slightly.
Oh,
It's stumbled
no.
on the words.
That's kind of what I was going for.
Yeah,
but go on.
so basically what it comes down to is there's like a 1920s gangster who's got like a traditional gangster's mole. Yeah.
What?
What on the
A
face?
gangster's mole is a
You mean like his...
a gangster's mole is a gangster's lady friend.
Yeah, yeah.
But she also dabbles in a bit of prostitution. But she's very demanding, and one day she asks for a particular item of clothing from her gangster friend.
I'm putting my hand in the air.
And what she says is, "I want a bear fur." That's what my horse says.
I'm going to put my hand in the air.
Bear fur, my horse says.
I'm not going to allow that.
Why?
Because the last one all you did was find words that were roughly
It was all I
right.
had, you fucks.
Well, no.
Fine, accept it or don't accept it. It's not a matter of accepting. You just don't give me the
But
point.
bear fur for my
Bear
horse.
fur,
That's
my
pretty
horse says.
fucking good.
I like it.
I like
You
it.
just don't have to give me the point. It's
You're not
fine.
getting a point.
That's fine.
Wow.
Will?
A Beer for My Horses is very similar to Horse Whisperer. It stars Watchdog's Alice Beer, of course.
Ex-Watchdog.
Why are all these
Ex-Watchdog. In her
TV
own,
people?
because James inspires me to pick out random 90s.
It's always
current
funnier.
affairs
It's always
shows.
funnier when they're on TV.
Alice Beer is a horse whisperer who's brought in to coach an old horse back to winning the Derby.
Okay. Who else is in it?
No one.
No one. Just
It's
her.
just her.
She
and a
plays
horse.
everyone.
Oh,
Even the horse.
like it's a nutty
Does she
professor
dress
type.
up as the horse?
No, the horse is a horse.
Duh.
Yeah, she's very much like the Clumps
Okay.
Murphy.
Right.
She's well known for a range.
Is that what you're giving me?
Alice
Yeah.
Beer.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Beer, horse whispering, a beer for my horses.
Okay.
Even though there's only one horse. But it's going to win the Derby, and it does at the end.
Oh, it does?
Yep.
How does she
Just
celebrate?
spoiled the end.
Just wanks it off.
No, the answer is with a beer. You idiot.
I was expecting that too, and then it just.
Oh, just wanks it off.
Just
For
wanks
that,
it
you get a point.
Yes. You sure?
Well, it's only the only reason I would
Is
give Tom a
anyone
point.
close?
I would give Tom a point.
fine.
Is there horses in it?
A bear fur.
I would give Tom a point, but it's just because you accused me of pronouncing it wrong.
What? You just take it personally.
I'm taking it personally, but the thing
judge.
is, you're not even really playing the game, are you?
I'm trying to come up with something that remotely fits that title.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're finding puns.
A beer for my
remotely.
Oh, okay,
beer
yeah, fair enough.
for my
My
horses.
Says.
It's terrible.
That's
That's
incredible.
fine. Don't give me
Who
the
gets a
point.
point?
We all get a point.
What's that?
Shit.
Oh, I see what you've done there. You split
Every
the
single one of
difference.
us.
Are you allowed to do that?
I'm getting a point, yes. I'm in charge. Right.
Okay,
Beer
you'll
for
get a
My
point.
Horses tells the story of two best friends that work together as deputies in a small town. The two defy the sheriff and head off on an outrageous road trip to save the protagonist's girlfriend from a drug lord kidnappers.
Wow.
Yeah.
There wasn't any grammar towards the end of that, was there?
No, I think that was me more than
Than you.
Where do
Right,
the
okay.
horses come in?
Yeah,
There are
there's
no
Or the
horses.
beer.
Oh, they ride horses, I
They
think.
ride horses, which
Yeah.
they feed beer.
Yeah, I assume that happens.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There we go. See?
I feel like we might have been taking a lot of these titles quite literally.
Well, that was the point.
We don't have a lot to go on
Yeah.
sometimes.
Okay.
I kind
Aurora.
of worry you're going to know this one.
Okay.
1973's.
Star Wars.
1973's The Man Who Loved Cat Dancing.
Why would you be worried we've
Who
seen
knows
that?
Jesus Christ.
Well, that doesn't give us a lot to go on either.
I think it's a fake. I'm calling you out.
No, it's real.
Ah, fuck. I'm going to still guess.
Oh, God.
Tom,
The Man Who
the man.
Loved Cat Dancing.
See what puns you can come up with
No,
this
I've got
time.
nothing.
The Man
There's nothing to
Who
work
Loved
with.
Cat Dancing.
Okay.
Okay, so
I know you're just thinking about Cat Daily. Stop it.
Damn it.
I think this one's easier than we're making it out. There's a woman called Cat Dancing.
Played by...
Diane Keaton.
Okay.
Yeah, Diane Keaton plays Cat Dancing. She falls in love. End of story.
Who's the man?
Who's the man who loved her?
George Harrison.
Wow.
From the Beatles?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he did a bit of acting.
Did he? Oh.
Yeah, he falls
Don't know.
he falls in love with Diane Keaton playing Cat Dancing.
He's keeping it simple.
Yep.
Okay, go.
Simple,
Good.
clean.
I don't go in for those like 5-minute long answers.
No apologies.
Jesus Christ.
It's won me 3 points, mate.
Willem.
This is a film starring Richard Dreyfuss as a man who pioneers cat dancing.
Okay.
So much like it's set at Crufts again.
Is it?
Yes.
The dog show?
Yes. He insists on bringing a cat.
For equality reasons? Or?
Paul Hollywood's not having any of it.
Hollywood's livid.
Hollywood is raging in the background.
It's like you've given him a soggy
Hollywood is there
bake.
going, when I'm in charge of this, I don't know why he sounds older. When I'm in charge of this, I won't allow that man to dance with cats. And they're going, it's just a sharp little boy, you're never going to be in charge of Crufts. And he's like, oh, I'll show you. Anyway.
Was that part of the film or not? I
It's
don't
an
know what
The
you're
man
doing.
who loves cat
It's a-
dancing.
it's a-
Richard Dreyfuss is taking a cat to the Dogs Only Crufts.
Yep.
Yep.
And he teaches his cat Ruffles.
Played by Mark Ruffalo.
Voiced by Mark Ruffalo, thank you. And wearing a
Right.
ruff
Okay.
to dance the waltz.
Okay.
Wow.
It's actually quite moving.
I can imagine it is.
Yeah.
I
That's
imagine
my
the
answer.
cat's moving. Yeah.
Where, yeah, it's like 30 frames a second.
I
Go
don't
on.
really have anywhere to go with this now.
What, because we've covered everything that it
What about
can be.
cat
He's
dealing?
covered cats actually dancing, and I've covered the name,
The name
cat
cat
dancing.
dancing.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of fucked. Okay,
Is it
so
a
this
documentary?
is about a man who falls in love with a woman, and this man is played by Wolf from Gladiators.
Didn't he
Again.
come in the last
He did
one?
come in last time, yeah.
Yeah.
Still hasn't
Um,
acted, but by now.
And the woman is played by Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle P. Pfeiffer, yeah.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Pfiffier.
Pfeiffer. And they court for a while. They go to cinema. They do all the things, you know.
Where is it set?
What was year is it?
1973.
Swindon.
Were you going to say that regardless?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was.
they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
waited.
And eventually he gets back to her house, and she's like, "There's one thing that you have to do before we can consummate this relationship.
Okay.
You have to dance with my cat." And he's like, "Okay, that doesn't sound too bad." And she brings out the biggest tiger you've ever seen in your life,
Wow.
and it becomes a battle of survival set in this
Between a
labyrinthian,
wolf and a cat.
yeah, set in this labyrinthian saw-like house
It's like
where this
Gladiator.
cat is chasing him down. And he has to pass these. He has to get codes from like pictures and put them indoors to get through before the cat gets him.
Crystal Maze?
Yeah, like Crystal Maze.
Right.
The cat is voiced by Richard O'Brien.
Why does he love it, though?
Because at the end, he completes the task and he's like, "That was great. We should do that to more people."
Oh.
Oh, so was that the spawn of the Crystal Maze then?
Yeah, that's how it started.
Wow.
And then he presumably used some kind of spell to turn the cat into a man who then hosts the Crystal Maze?
Well, they deal with that in the sequel. It's
Right,
nonsense.
Yeah. The
That's my
compromise second
answer.
draft.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my answer.
None of you are right.
What?
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Wolf.
so starring Burt Reynolds,
Oh, the Reynolds.
I'm on board.
Western story about a defiant wife who leaves her husband to take up riding with outlaws.
Is she called cat dancing? Please, can you check?
If so, Tom's got it.
Oh,
No.
I must get a point.
Hang on, Catherine something.
Dan Singh. She's Asian.
she was
No,
Japanese.
Catherine C.
Damn it.
Sorry.
It's worth a shot.
I think I like Elgers the best.
Yes.
Mainly because the twist.
Twist at the end. He actually liked it.
Yeah, no, I thought that it had a sequel.
Yes.
Incredible twist. Tom,
T-Bone.
so
what
Is this the
final
last
bullshit
round?
have you got? Yeah, it is. Thank God.
Thank God for that.
1962's The Exterminating Angel.
Wow.
Yeah. I want to watch that.
Okay.
Okay.
John Angel is a used car salesman who turns his hand
Let's see where it goes.
to exterminating. But I know what you think. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking
This is
cockroaches. No, you're not thinking that. Shut up.
Okay, sorry.
He turns his hand to exterminating ghosts.
What are you going to say, Jews?
No. Used car salesman.
When was it set? What was the year? Sorry.
John
1962.
Okay.
John Angel
Yeah.
he's exterminating ghosts. It's very much a precursor to
I was going to
Ghostbusters.
say.
Is John Angel an actor?
No.
Okay.
He's the character.
Who is it played by?
Oh, it's played by a young Christopher Reeve.
Okay.
Really young.
Really super young.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm done.
That's good.
Thanks.
Sorry, I'm phased out during most of that. Was it good?
Yeah, it was quite
It
good.
was
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
Yes.
Someone get the Savlon.
Deep burn. Deep burn.
What was the title again?
The Exterminating Angel.
This film stars Peter Falk
Nice.
as God.
Peter Falk of Columbo fame.
Yes, just in case you guys didn't know.
Well, pointing at
I
Aurora
did
here.
used to
Yep.
watch Columbo. So.
But you still didn't know who Peter Falk was, right?
I
And
didn't know his real name. I always called him Columbo. I know he had one eye.
Columbo's in this new film.
I know he had-
Columbo.
The
One
documentary
eye,
Columbo.
Peter Falk sends Niven, David Niven, down as an angel to battle Ironside, a young Ironside.
The
who-
character Ironside.
No.
Raymond-
Michael Ironside.
Raymond,
Oh,
I
what?
thought-
The actor.
Not the wheelchair detective.
No. He's in the sequel. Exterminating Angel, yeah. So Peter Falk sends down
David Niven.
to fight Michael Ironside, who is
Right.
playing a giant rat who has infested he's managed to get into government.
Oh.
And it's about
How?
it's all well, he got voted in.
Right.
Is he undercover at all? He's
By
just a,
legitimate means.
No one
just a
else can
giant rat.
see him as a giant
Just
rat.
Niven.
Okay,
just
well, that
Niven.
explains it.
Okay.
But he does have massive teeth. And,
What,
and at
what,
the
in
end,
his human form?
in his human form, and everyone
Okay.
just thinks that's a bit odd.
Yeah.
But you know, he likes carrots or whatever. And it's kind of a parallel to where they were at the time with the governments and Thatcher.
In 1962.
It's
Yeah.
a precursor to all of that, yeah. And
17 years before a rise to power.
and there's a cameo from a very, very young Neil Buchanan in it. Who,
How young? Like minus 20
no,
years?
he's about 5. He plays.
No reason.
He's not that old.
He plays
Is this from
Michael
Heart Attack
Ironside's.
fame?
Yeah.
He's actually reasonably old.
He plays Michael Ironside's
Not old.
child, who is the key to the
Born in
whole
1961. He was alive. 1-year-old Neil Buchanan.
thing. Because he's half rat, half human. He's the first hybrid.
Okay.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Who plays his wife?
His wife, he doesn't know why. He's a rat.
Well, how did that human hybrid come about?
All right, Shelley Long.
Right.
Such a nonchalant Shelley Long.
Shelley Long, isn't it?
Oh, Dizzle. What's going on?
So this is a documentary about the birth of wrestling, starring Kurt Angle. He travels back in time,
He invented the hats.
and so no one quite understands who he is because he travels back in time in full costume. So everyone's like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah.
And so he's walking about in the street and he starts punching some lads
Now,
out.
how far back in time? When are we talking?
When's it
it's
set?
a documentary, so it's set at the time of the film.
No, that sentence doesn't make
I
sense.
don't know.
Try it again with better words.
So wait, hold on. The modern day Kurt Angle
Yeah,
is travelling back in time to 1960.
But is it like
Seven,
Kurt
was it?
Angle in his prime or now when he's kind of a broken down drug addict?
now,
As long
Okay.
as he's got the costume on, when is he travelling to?
1962.
1962.
From 2015, let's say.
When they're making the documentary, and
They're making the part of the documentary is him travelling back in time.
but how did
Okay.
they film him if they were?
Wait.
Sorry,
Let's find out.
I'm picking
So
holes
the
in
film
it.
covers Here and Now, with Here and Now Kurt Angle, drug addict. So
So it's a futuristic film
it's a futuristic film.
from the perspective of 1962.
But it was
and
released
they
in
released it
1962.
in 1962.
It's like Back to the Future 2 was
So
set in
Kurt
2015.
Angle is trying to stop his now future self basically becoming all shit. So he's trying to become the birth of modern day WWF.
So he's gone back in time to influence the inception of WWF
don't know
by
what's-
talking to himself about not becoming a fuck up.
No,
I don't know what's happening.
no, he's going around like
Do you remember when I
fighting.
told Elge to bail out earlier?
Yeah.
Just
No,
a thought.
I do. It makes sense.
Okay.
He's not talking to himself. He's like trying to create
Notice
wrestling.
Tom's just on his phone at
No,
this
no, I
point.
was making.
He's trying to create wrestling.
He
so
was
he's
making sure
fighting
she wasn't
people.
right.
It's so close.
Oh, it's Hogan.
Oh, it's British Bulldog.
Right.
Sorry, please continue.
That's it.
Okay.
Who directed it? Exactly. Tom.
No one was that close.
Oh,
Yeah.
that close, which means someone was.
Not.
No.
I can't remember most of Will's answer, so that's going to get in the way.
What was it?
Neither.
It was John Angel, who was a used car salesman who was
Started exterminating ghosts.
exterminating ghosts, a precursor to Ghostbusters.
Okay. It's
Short and sweet.
actually quite a surreal Mexican film by Louis Spoonwell. A bit difficult to explain.
So was that. I'm pointing at
It
Aurora
made
now.
complete and utter sense.
I
Read some quantum mechanics.
Wow.
I think it's between Elge and Will, but mostly because I can't really remember if Will's answer was funny. So Aurora, whose was funnier?
Wow.
You might
thought
have,
you were gonna
did
give
you
me the
listen to both
point.
of them? No.
Yeah.
I've given you 2 points already.
Jesus Christ.
I need an
Didn't know
independent
there was a quota
advice.
involved.
Oh, I don't want to give it to Elge, but yeah.
Okay, well, Will gets a point then.
All right, well, then we need a decider in that case, don't we?
But it's your turn.
Yep. That's
So
not going to happen.
you can't win.
Exactly. Shafted. Thanks anyway, Tom. That's nice. Okay. 1998's From Here to Eternia. From Here to Eternia.
Made up.
Yep. Okay, next one is 2001's Never Again. 2001. Never Again.
I've seen this.
Okay.
Isn't this like one of those terrible like rom-coms starring Jennifer Aniston?
I don't know. I can't tell you.
Ah,
James,
is that your go?
what's 2001?
Do you wanna go
No,
first?
this is what I actually thought it's like one of those really.
So it's
rubbish
called Never
rom-coms.
Again.
Yep.
Okay, this is about the annual who can fit a grape in their Japs Eye competition
Oh my god!
held in Wisconsin, America, and it stars Giant Haystacks, the British wrestler, and Jim Davidson, and
Off Big Break.
of Big Break fame, and they go. It's like a road trip movie. That they're going to go to this fit a grape down your Japs Eye competition, and it's their experiences along the way. They crash the car. They meet some elderly prostitutes played by Helen Mirren and Whoopi Goldberg,
I'm Pauline Quirk.
and David Niven.
Right.
And at the end,
So it's like Rat Race, but even worse.
yeah, but then at the end they go, oh, never again, when they've got their saggy Japs eyes full of grapes.
Cool. Aurora.
This is set in the town called Never, and so there's kind of like, yeah, the town's called Never.
Okay.
And we're just screwing our face up to see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Me too.
And in anticipation, I'm ready for my brain to explode.
Go on.
So there's the town called Never, and there's Stephen again, who
Oh. Oh.
Stephen again.
he lives in that town.
John Never and Stephen again.
No,
the
place.
town.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
called Never. So it gets ransacked by a bunch of ghosts.
Okay.
And I don't know where I'm going with this. I think I'm gonna.
You're going to bail out
I'm
again?
gonna bail out.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay. So it's in a town called Never, and there's a guy called
Tom,
Stephen again.
I've got nothing to go on. I really like.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
James had nothing to go on. What did he come out with?
Gold.
Crap.
So heinous.
Davidson and Giant Haystack sticking grapes down their Japs eyes. What
Yeah,
did you
pretty
want in a
good,
film?
I was trying to work up something about a man called Neville R again, but I got
Oh,
nothing.
wow.
Nothing. I'm drawing a
I
blank.
think
I
you're
can't
going with
physically win from this position, so I'm just going to say pass. I've got nothing.
Wow.
I
Sorry.
think the game's bottomed out.
It has. Never Again is a romantic comedy about
I knew
falling
it was
in
a
love
rom-com.
despite your better judgment. We shouldn't have started talking about fucking ghosts then. In Stephen again.
Stephen again.
Has Stephen been round? What, Stephen again?
Yeah.
It's John
No, he's
Ward's
never been here
cousin.
before. An exterminator and jazz pianist in the novel
No.
model of Gary Cooper and other 40s screen legends. Christopher is having a sexual identity crisis. He hasn't been able to perform with the young women he's been dating and is looking for sexual inspiration. Grace and who gives a fuck?
Who's in it?
Who's in it is Jeffrey Tambor of Arrested Development fame, Bill Duke as Earl,
Yeah.
and Jill Clayburgh as Grace.
Oh, Clayburgh.
Never heard of.
No.
Clayburgh.
Cool.
Sweet.
Michael McKean's involved as well.
So technically, I win.
Well, of course you've won. I mean, you're the only one who gave a
Shit.
fully fleshed answer.
Damn it. Right.
Not
Before
like
we
great
finish, I just want to tell. I want
I
to
think we
try.
finished about half hour ago. But
Oh,
go on.
okay. I just want to firstly congratulate myself for winning, yes. And also, I would then, thank you very much. I would also like to talk about a film I watched the other day,
Talk about it.
Predestination. Has anyone seen it?
I haven't. I keep thinking about watching it.
Is
and
this
I'm like,
the prequel to Final Destination or something?
No, it should have been. It's
Because
the Christian Slater.
are you guys... no, it's
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan
sorry.
Hawke.
Interchangeable.
I don't know, because I was trying to explain the plot to someone the other day, and I got in such a muddle,
Right.
'Cause
A
it-
kerfuffle.
a kerfuffle. It is absolutely ridiculous. Do you guys want me to try and explain it, or do you want to watch it and then we can talk about it on the next podcast?
I would like you to explain it. I'll then go and watch it and see if what you said makes any sense.
Okay,
or whether
right.
It's just really, really easy to understand
Right.
after all.
Ethan Hawke, that's his name, right?
You've lost me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you later.
He plays a time-traveling policeman. Not like Time Cop,
Not like
but they're
Looper?
like... Not like Looper. They're like a shadowy organisation who go back in time and stop big events from happening.
Like shoot Hitler on the bowl type stuff.
Kind of like there's a bomb, but they've... And the story is that there's a bomber that is going around. It's called the Fizzle Bomber, which is like the worst name for a fucking...
Fizzle.
Yeah. And... yeah, but...
Is it played by Jay-Z?
No, but the thing is, they don't explain...
For shizzle.
They don't explain why he's called the Fizzle Bomber in the whole film. Anyway, that's beside the point.
Presumably because the
And he
fuse is
goes-
always a little bit too wet.
Yeah.
It just fizzles out.
And in the start,
Or it just
you
makes
see
a fizzle noise.
you see him as an agent, and he's like trying to stop this bomb, and it explodes in his face, and he gets horrifically burnt. And you don't see his face at the start, okay? But then you see the character get horrifically burnt, and then they take him back to the future and they mend him, and it's suddenly Ethan Hawke. They've done some reconstructive shit on him, right? Then like, right, you're going to go for one last mission to catch this Fizzle Bomber. So they send him back in. No, it's fucking ridiculous, isn't
It's
it?
every time you say Fizzle Bomber.
This sounds like it's going to end like the plot of Metal Gear Solid 5.
They send him back in time
Sorry.
to a bar, and where he's a bartender, and this woman, this man walks in, who is obviously a woman who they've made up to look like a man, walks in, and she starts telling him his life story, and her life story is that she was stolen from birth, adopted, she was always really different, she tried to get into this organisation, but she couldn't because she found out she's also a man and a woman, and... See, now I'm already confusing myself. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous. But basically, it turns out that Ethan Hawke is every single character in the film, and it's like this
And he's
time loop.
restarted himself
He's
several
like
times.
a time loop where he was originally, before he was burnt, he was this woman who is a man, and he has to set himself off on this path, and he is also the Fizzle Bomber.
Oh, this is like the plot of like every Star Trek episode.
It is. At the end of it, I
haven't
was
remember
just
any
like,
Star Trek episode like that. But
did that make? I couldn't tell if it made sense. It was so mind-boggling that I was like, "Is that good? Did I like that?
Right.
Did that make any sense?"
I bet it made perfect
Well,
sense.
what you said made sense,
Yeah,
but
what
only in
you
the
said
sense
made
of like
sense.
those plot points where
Yeah.
he turns out to be everyone. But
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to make sense on the screen.
No, it doesn't make
Let's
sense.
find out next week once we've watched
Don't want to watch it.
Predestination.
Predestination.
I don't think anyone's
You
going to watch
just
that.
spoiled the ending for us, so we don't.
Well, I think on the other hand, you might have saved us from watching a shit film.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spoilers for Predestination there. Hope you enjoyed those.
I
give it
won.
up. You did win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Another Filmagination.
Dream Warriors.
Won by
Dream
Edge.
Warriors. Filmagination 2 Dream Warriors. Next week, we're not here, but the week after, what we're going to do?
Are we not here?
We're just a bi-weekly podcast.
Oh yeah. I've been turning up. Been doing them on my own.
Talking to.
Well, these guys are going to do their stupid little game podcast, aren't they? No,
Oh.
sorry. No offense. Didn't mean to belittle you like that.
Well, why don't you call it Stupid Little Game Podcast?
You should.
It's,
Maybe we will.
Can I guest on it? Me
No.
and Will guest on it.
We're the ones who don't know anything about games, and you just talk about stuff. And we're like,
You know about games.
"Yeah,
We
you
don't know
work
about
for
the
a-
games that we play, though. You'll be like,
Yeah.
"Boo," the whole time.
Pong.
just bleep everything I say out."
If it's about Call of Duty, I don't really know much about that either.
Good talk.
Excellent.
On that Tom Shell, that is our WATCast for this week. You can find us at whatcast.net You can follow at WATCast on Twitter, and you should subscribe on iTunes and all those good things. Any other comments?
Um,
You haven't mentioned Winton at all.
I mentioned Winton
You
quite
did.
a lot.
You mentioned his grandfather.
No, I said Winton's in it, and you said no, he's not, and you
Oh,
poo-pooed
yeah.
me.
Stretchy.
But-
It.
Bigfoot does the stock market. I'm making it.
That was my
It was
Okay.
such a hit. It was such a hit.
Look out for that on
That's
Kickstarter.
something that should be a fucking t-shirt.
Bigfoot does the stock market.
Yeah.
Well, that will be the cover of this podcast.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are confused as to why the fuck that's the key image for this, there you go. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Good. Good stuff. Proud of you, James.